Radio Rahim here with Devin Haney in the place that is really your home and workshop every day. Yeah. No other place in Las Vegas, obviously, where huge fights have been taking place for decades in this sport, and you have one coming up in just over a month's time. Actually, a month today.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, let me get my water.
This just about this far out from the fight. How are you feeling? Where's your mental at? Where's your physical at?
Yeah, I feel good. I'm calm. I'm in good spirits. My weight is good. Everything is good. Mentally, physically, I'm healthy. So I'm ready to go. Well, I'm not ready to go yet. I'm excited. And I will be ready to go on May 20th.
I know how much work it takes to get prepared for a fight at this level. And an opponent that you've been calling out and waiting for 2 years. One that was topping a lot of people's pound-for-pound list just, over a year ago. Is it different this time out, even though you've already won Undisputed? Is this particular opponent different from the rest?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. This is a fight that's, really going to solidify me as the man in the division, as the, a guy high on the pound-for-pound list. It's a fight I've been wanting for a long time. I've been calling for it for a long time. The whole franchise and email shit really started from, him. So this is a fight that I'm excited for, and it's definitely different than the others.
Now, you say this fight will make you the man of the division, but as we're all here in the press this week for Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, is it annoying that the way this fight is billed is the face of boxing will be decided Saturday night and the most anticipated fight of the year, the biggest fight of the year, when you're holding all the belts and are simply a month out from your bout?
Yeah, no, I mean, they got, it's two big names that's fighting each other. If we was to go, if Jake Paul was to fight, his fight would get more attention than my fight as well. So, I don't take it personal. It is what it is. I'm a legacy throwback type of fighter. So, I'm banking on legacy. And this fight will solidify me in history. I'm fighting a future Hall of Famer, as in, Loma. And, I'm here to fill in his spot as, the best in the world, the man of the division, and a future Hall of Famer myself.
Why do you think that the attention that those fights, and for instance, a Jake Paul might outsize an Undisputed bout?
I don't know. I mean, that's not something that I, could comment on right now or want to comment on. My main focus is Loma and that fight. I take my hat off to what Jake Paul's doing, to what Ryan and Tank is doing. This is boxing. They bring a lot of viewership to the sport of boxing. But like I said, I'm just me personally. I'm a throwback type of fighter, and I fight for legacy.
Like you say, you're already the man of the division. You have all the belts, so the target is going to be on your back. And so even though Loma is the opponent ahead of you, everybody in the division seems to be taking a shot at taking a shot. The most recent being Shakur Stevenson, who now is, officially in your weight class and already calling you out with only, one fight under his belt.
Yeah, I mean, he's supposed to. I say I'm the man in the division with all the belts, all the hardware. Why? What's the problem with him calling me out? He's supposed to. I take my hat off to him. A lot of guys don't call me out, so, I respect that he's calling me out, and maybe one day we can get it on.
What's the history like between the two of you? There's been some disparities in stories coming up in the game, amateur pro. Talk to me about the relationship between you and Shakur.
Yeah, me and Shakur been knowing each other since we were kids. We know each other well. We sparred numerous times as kids. We were friends coming up, but now, friends, we're friends then, but now we're rivals. I mean, we knew that one day it would come. We would see each other at the top, and it might be now, it might be later. We just got to see when we align and when we're going to get it on.
Is it friendly competition, or is it gotten a little bit personal or disrespectful?
I mean, in boxing, it's hard to be friendly competition when you guys, want to punch each other in the face. So at the end of the day, we're rivals, and we just, we're competing to be the best, not only in the division, in the world.
Well, let's talk about the man that'll be across from the ring from you in just a month's time. I know you're not looking past him in the least bit. He's got a lot to prove on the night. And that stands on the other side of you. He's got to come through you to do it. Where do you think Lomachenko's skills are today in comparison to the 2, maybe 3 years ago since you've been calling him out?
We got to see. His last performance wasn't his best performance, but we just got to see. What Loma shows up on that night. His last two performances before that were great. And before that, then I think he lost to Tio. So we got to see what Loma shows up. We're preparing for the best Loma that we've seen in the past, but we look to make we look to make him look like the worst Loma on that night.
You know now what it's like to have these belts, have the spotlight, want to protect it, want to hold it. Do you believe his motivation, just his grit and determination, is a factor in the fight?
Every fighter at the top has the grit, has the determination. They especially fight me. They want to win the belts. So same thing, that I still have that same grit, that determination to prove I'm the best. He is the same, to prove that he's the best. So we'll see when we collide, who has more grit, who has more determination, who wants to win more.
Do you believe you've already proven you're the best, or do you have to beat these guys to prove that?
You always gotta keep proving yourself. You might prove that you're the best at that time, and then somebody else gonna come up. That's the sport of boxing. That's any sport. That's just being competitive. You gotta keep proving yourself.
When fighters predict your fight, do you take that personal? Like guys you come up with and are predicting a Lomachenko win, like, not that you came up with Lopez, but the fact that he's calling Lomachenko for the win.
No, he's entitled to his own opinion. When he was fighting Loma, I thought Loma would beat him as well, and he came out victorious. So no, I don't take it personal.
Is there a fight that you most want of these guys, beyond Lomachenko? Do you have in your mind, like, man, I really want to prove myself against this guy and show him, the truth?
My main focus, the fight that I wanted and want, is Loma. To prove myself is to, and that's my main focus right now. After that, then we'll move on to the next task. But my main focus, my main task is beating Loma.
Are you happy that it actually took this long and now you're in this position when this fight came, as opposed to when you initially wanted it?
Not necessarily. I wanted to prove this a long time ago. I wanted this fight for a while now, and now I finally get a chance to prove it. And Allah is a perfect planner. He's he planned for the fight to come now, and for me to prove myself now. I feel like I'm a lot more stronger, a lot more mature. Since 3-4 years ago. So now it's the perfect time.
Speaking of which, it's Ramadan. We're close to the end now, but you've had to train during this time. Is it more difficult? Is it a greater challenge? A lot of fighters would have waited to even start camp until after Ramadan.
Yeah, well, I was fasting in the beginning of Ramadan, but it was hard for me to cram 3 workouts a day and still fast at the same time. So now Ramadan is officially over. As of right now, literally, it's literally like
right
I think
now.
It's like 7. Yeah, I think it's like 7 right now. So mashallah, I'm happy that to all the Muslims around the world that fasted and got through Ramadan safely, healthy, and so many blessings are gonna come now, inshallah, after Ramadan, and I'm excited for it.
If I can just turn your attention to the business of boxing a little bit, because that's been in the news this week with the negotiations between Tank and Ryan. Knowing all that we know about what rematch clauses and weight disparities and rehydration, do you think that Ryan has put himself at a disadvantage, or that what the Ryan camp says about Tank being his team are not having confidence in him because they're instilling these provisions, are they correct?
We just got to see. We don't know. We don't know how much weight issues Ryan has or don't. We just got to see on fight night. Which Ryan shows up, which Tank shows up, may the best man win.
But what do you make of putting those kind of clauses in a contract?
I don't know. I mean, that's every fighter, has their own, whatever. He had leverage to do that, so he did that. I never know. Maybe in the future I might do that. Me personally, I wouldn't, go under those conditions. Obviously, we all know that I'm a huge 135 pounder, but at the end of the day, Ryan felt like he could be victorious, so he signed up for it. You can't sign up for something and then cry about it. At the end of the day, we'll see.
I've seen a lot of fighters call each other out for winner take all. Sign the contract. I'll take your purse. You take my purse. I've never actually seen it come to fruition. Is that something that you think is wise, regardless of what side, A side or B side?
That ain't my business. That's them. You know, it's their money, their bets. You know, it is what it is.
Lastly, when that night comes in just a month's time, and you're making that ring walk on a fight you've anticipated for so long, and even though you already have the belts, in a lot of people's mind, this will be the solidification of you as an undisputed champion. What will be in your mind in that walk to the ring?
Man, making history. Putting my name in the history books forever. Becoming a future Hall of Famer. Everything that Loma put me through with the franchise situation, and proving myself.
To the fans who, have a ton of choices on a Saturday night and, like we said, maybe giving their attention to other fights that don't have this kind of significance championship level wise, what do you say to them about why they should tune in on Saturday night on May 20th?
Tune in. It's a great fight for boxing. Two, technicians, two fighters with probably highest IQ in boxing, squaring off in a chess match, as they put it when they made the fight, and just tune in.
The statement you'd like to make at the end of this fight, once the hands are raised and it's yours, what do you want people to be saying then about Devin Haney?
Devin Haney's the truth, the best in the world, best fighter in the world, pound for pound.
Well, good luck on May 20th, Saturday night. I look forward to it. I think the boxing world looks forward to it. Eid Mubarak.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you for the time. Radio Rahim with Devin Haney.